Okay, here's an impromptu recording. Okay, I forgot where we left off when everyone was here as a group. Um, so I'm just gonna start on um these are the pairs that we're looking at, right? So I'm just gonna start on GBP. Let me see. Let's start with GA. Let's start with GA. So, as always, the first thing you always want to do is look at the bigger picture, right? So, based on the bigger picture, we're in this bearish structure from here to here to here. Okay, so now we're looking for price to pull back up somewhere in here. Now, of course, we're looking at the weekly, so that will take forever, right? But you want to start looking at the structure that is forming going up to this zone. So the structure that I see is price came here, price pulled back, and then price broke structure here. So now we're definitely looking for a pullback. I would love to see a pullback come back to this zone here at some point. But until price shows you it's ready to start selling, it's not going to do that right now. Who can tell me what does price need to do before I would consider it to start selling back down to this zone? What does price need to do?
Does it need to go lower than the swing low?
Go lower than the swing low. So yeah. So are you able to mark up where the swing low? Well, it's right there. And I look, it's right there in the
I
fake.
but I
Okay. So yes, the answer to the question, you answered the question correctly. So it has to go lower than the swing low. So right now, the structure is here. So if price closed below here, so if price closed below here, then we're looking for a pullback to continue selling at least to this demand zone, somewhere up in here, right? So with that being said, now that we have this breakup structure, right? We have this breakup structure, and then price, and once we get a breakup structure, you're going to get a pullback. You just don't know how far or where the pullback is going to go to. So this is considered the pullback right here. So if I go down to a smaller time frame, or let me go back up to the daily. So we can see that once price came up here, you started getting this pullback. You started creating this high and then this high. So this lower high, and then there's another lower high, and then there's another lower high. So we know that price is creating the structure to the downside here, 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 here. So right now it looks like price is pulling back to possibly start selling back down to there. If price decides it's not going to come here and sell, it would have to break this high right here. It would have to break this high right here before looking for buys. Does that make sense? because price came here, then here. This was the last move. This was the last, well, right here was the last move to the downside. So price pulled back. It came here. So this is the last swing low. You see, this is the internal swing low. So I'm going to delete this right quick. This is the internal swing low right here. This is my internal swing high. So this is the last swing right here. So price can consolidate. It can do 1,000 other things before it either continues to sell down. And let me just mark that up. So price came here, here. Price can go bounce in between here for 2 weeks or more. And then it could start to sell and then possibly start buying up. Now, the reason why I'm looking for it to buy up is because we are in this swing, higher time frame swing. If we looked at the weekly, we're in that swing right there. So that is why you always have to look, once you look at the bigger picture, you also want to look at this mood, where we are in the last leg of structure. So now that, and why I'm saying it's coming here, I don't know if it's going to come there, right? But I marked up my last down candle before price pushed up. This was the last down candle before price pushed up. So that is why I'm expecting price to tap back into this zone somewhere. And I'm going to set an alert here. So I'm waiting for price to pull back to this zone, and then I will likely call. Oh shoot, I forgot. I'm mixing the beginner sessions up. Okay. Um, Rita, are you from um the beginner sessions two or one?
So this is Shanice. I don't know why. I don't know how to change it from Rita,
Oh,
but
I was like,
yeah,
who
I'm
is
from
Rita?
the original one. Yeah,
Which one?
the first one.
The first one. Okay, okay. So you're good. You're good. And then Lakeisha, you're from the first one too, right?
I'm from two.
You're from two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So part of two, you have your broker, right?
Hmm.
Did you
Not yet.
sign up
I
with a
did not. I have not signed up yet. I know who I'm going to
but
sign
you
up with though.
but you have a broker already though.
I do have well I can't do Forex now. Oh crap.
Who is
Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab. That's
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So and
you've persuaded me with Oanda. I need to sit down and sign up with them and I'm driving, so I will do that as soon as I get home because if
okay.
I don't, I'll just keep putting it off. So
Okay.
yes.
Well, I'm trying to see where I am with each group, right? So, I know the first group, they have their demo account. They're familiar with the entries and exits and how to set up their trades. Now I just need to do that with session two. Um, so that's all I was trying to figure out. That's all. Okay. So with that being said, I'm waiting for price to pull back here because it's either going to pull back here or it's going to pull back here. Again, we're in this bearish move right here. So I'm waiting for price to show me what it's going to do once it pulls back to this zone. If it's going to sell from here, then I want us all to put in a trade wherever that may be, wherever price pulls back to. I want us all to put in a trade to sell back down to here. Um, and hopefully everyone will be able to set up a live account. And hopefully everybody will be able to set up, put enough money in there because this is a 441 pip move. Hopefully we can get everybody to trade $1. That's $400. If we can just get everybody on the same page, we can take this trade together to sell down to here or even maybe $500. So, and it's up to you. You don't have to trade live if you don't want. You can just trade, do the paper trade or demo if you prefer. It's all up to you. But if you want to, I want you to come on and join us. Okay. All right. So, based on market structure, I'm waiting for price to pull back into this zone and then sell some more. If price breaks this before pulling back up to this zone, if it breaks this low, this internal swing right here, then we'll look for the next move. The move that I really want us to take is the move from here. This is the from here to here. That's the move that I really want us to take. Um, and why I say that is because remember, we're expecting price to go up here. So we're just taking it one step at a time. And if price comes to this zone, if price comes to this zone and starts to break structure or shift this structure, then we'll be looking to sell it back down to somewhere, at least the somewhere in here. We'll be looking for it to come
Kim, I
back.
have a question.
Yes.
And we're taking this trade today, and it's with anticipation of it
Um,
executing
it
by
prob-
tomorrow.
no, 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 no. It probably will
Okay,
not take place today. Um, this I was on the weekly when I was showing this, so it might be
next week.
another week. It might even be two weeks.
Okay,
Whatever. I don't know what. Yeah. Let me go to the daily. The daily. Okay, so right now, this pushed up. Yeah, it might take a while to get here. So, but I just want everyone to be prepared and ready. So, um, so with that being said, for session 2, um, let me write this down. Let me take some notes. Let me take some notes. Okay. So for session 2, um, Forex notes. What's today? December 18th. Okay, so for session 2, I need to make sure everyone has their OANDA account or their broker set up. And then make sure the broker is connected. To TradingView if they have TradingView. If not, we'll just go through the steps. Go through the steps via the broker itself, via the broker's platform. And then I think I need to do a step-by-step of TradingView. Or maybe I'll drop a video in the thing, and then a step-by-step on setting up tools in TradingView. And then a step-by-step on how to set up trades. Okay. Am I missing anything? Okay. So this is what I'm looking for GBP AUD. For GJ, this is what I'm looking, well, what I'm looking for did not happen. Um, so I was looking for this buy, and maybe it'll come back and get me in. I don't know. Maybe. Back up to this supply zone. So this was another trade that I'm looking for. I knew that was going to happen. Discord. Okay. So this is another trade that I'm looking for GJ for um hopefully this will play out tonight. And this is all based again off of market structure. So let's go to the weekly. We see we have the structure here, here, and here, right? So price is currently at this supply zone or buying up towards this supply zone. It's a weekly supply zone. So then you look at the structure, the current structure going into that direction. So we had price here, pulled back, and here, pulled back. So now we're looking for price to go into here. And then we'll get a pullback and then possibly another um let me put that back there. So once price gets into the zone, we are in this bullish structure. We have this demand zone here. This is our swing low. based on our weekly. Okay, so as long as price doesn't close below this low, then we would look for price to come back to this zone and continue buying back up into this area. And also, as long as price, and let me just mark this up. This is our another swing high. And then our swing low. So, and I really don't need the swing low on there right now because we're in this bearish structure. So we're looking for price to pull back. And I want to say it's already pulled back to the 78.88. Yeah, 78. This was at the 78. This is at the 88. So yeah, it's already it has already given a pullback, but it hasn't shifted structure yet. So price is now pushing back up to the zone. So you're looking for a pull. You just keep following the structure. As long as it's giving you structure, bullish structure, you keep following the bullish structure. Once it shifts any of these lows, then we start looking for the sells. So if it started shifting this low, then we'll look for that pullback and then we'll look to sell it back down to these lows. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense? And are there any questions? So with that being said, let's go to the daily. Okay. So this is looking like our daily structure. Right here, right here, right here. So long as price doesn't break this low, that's the low. This is the high. Price came up here, price pulled back to a discounted zone. So price could start continuing to buy up. And if we go to the 4-hour, you'll see the price pulled back to a demand zone. You have this last one here, which it tapped into, or you have this one here, which it also tapped into, of course, and then started pushing up. So as price is going up, I go down and I look for the last structure. This is the last leg of structure. So I'm wanting, well, price is already pulled back into this 15-minute demand zone. So all I want to see is price break this high because this was the break of structure internal. This was the swing low and this is the swing high. So either price is going to do one or two things. Price is either going to pull back into here and start selling. Price can pull back into here and start selling, or price is going to break this high, pull back, and then start buying. if you hadn't gotten in at this point right here. Now, why this didn't pick me up, I have no idea. I have no idea. And I'm a little perturbed about it. But that's my thoughts on GJ. So, if price shows me another entry, then I will definitely call it out for everybody to trade. So let's go to GN. What's the first thing we do? Anybody? The first thing we do? We look at a new chart.
At the weekly,
A break in structure.
Um, nope, go the weekly is right, but what is it that you're looking at once you get to the weekly? What is it you're looking for?
the direction.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's kind of it. Kinda. You want to look at the big picture. So you want to look at this big picture. Okay? And the big picture is telling me that price came down, price pulled up, and then price broke this low. So we are currently in this bearish structure right here. So based off of that, there was this I think it was on the daily. There was this daily or well, you have this candle right here, right? And let me remove this so you can see it. So you have this one candle. This was the last up candle before price started selling. So you can mark up that zone as your supply zone. And then as I went down in time frame, I narrowed it down.
So I have a question. When you say looking at the bigger picture and you're talking about weekly, are you looking at the week, the previous week?
No,
To see what
the previous week would be right here.
okay.
Previous week. This was
So
last week.
you don't analyze the previous week. You just analyze
I'm just looking at
the
the
current week.
right. I'm not even looking at the current week. This is the current week.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm on the weekly right now.
Okay.
This is last week. This is this.
Okay.
I'm not even looking at that.
Okay.
I want to see the big picture. The only way you're going to be able to see this big picture, let me show you. If I went to the 4 hour, I cannot, it's not going to let me see. This is all I can, and unless I
Right.
move
Right.
it
It's a
all the way,
shorter.
unless I start moving it all the way, I can't see. I still can't see, even when I got here, I still can't see what's going on.
Right.
In order for me to see the big picture, I have to go to a higher time frame. Is that on the daily? That could be on the daily. Nope, the daily's not allowing me to see everything, right? So then I just go to the weekly. I can see it on the weekly. I can see the big picture on the weekly. So that's where
Gotcha.
I'm seeing the big picture,
Okay. Okay.
right? So then once you identify the big picture and the structure that you're in on the big picture, then you can start determining where this all this is going. You can start determining where all this is going, right? So for now, I'm looking for if this is the bearish structure, I'm looking for price to pull back into one of my premium zones. And I'm just going to remove this so we can see. So one of my premium zones. So I'm looking for price to pull back up into this area before selling, before making the next. So here, and then you pull back before making the next move to the downside.
Okay.
So that's why I look at the bigger picture first, because I need to know where I am within that structure. I need to know where I'm going. And then I need to know once price starts shifting, which direction I'm going in. So if I'm just looking at market structure here, high, high, lower low, there should be a lower high, and then there should be a lower low. It's either going to be a lower low or price is going to come and then start shifting structure. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now that I know that I'm going up into this zone somewhere, right? Then I can scale down. So if I can go to let and based off your question, let's just say that I just took out this week. And let's just say this is last week, right? So last week is not really telling me much other than it. Now, you're going to hear either Todd or other people in the group talking about the sweep of the high or the low or the and I get it. I do get it. But it doesn't mean anything to me until I start going down to a smaller time frame like the 4 hour or the 1 hour and seeing a shift in structure. So for me, I'm saying, okay, this shifted structure, price pulled back and start selling. But price did not take out or come past down to this low. Because normally I'm saying, hey, we we pull back and then we take price or your TP down to the next low. So if I go down to the daily, um, I can see that price pushed up, price pulled back to this demand zone, and then pushed up. Did not take out this high. Price has pulled back to this demand zone. Right now is really consolidating. Okay. If I'm looking, I mean, I know it's going up and then coming down, but if I look at my swing high, this is my break of structure, and this would be my swing low. Okay. Swing low. Okay. So now look at the structure within that leg. So if this was the high, this pulled back, and then it broke structure, and then this became the swing high. Now I start identifying the structure in this leg right here. So if price, so identify structure, let's say price came here, price pulled back, broke this high. That's one move. That's one leg of structure. Price pulled back, didn't close below this low. Price closed above this high right here, over here. So I'm going to make all this the next move of structure. Price pulled back. Price broke this low. So I'm going to make that structure. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just take it all the way up there. So price came here, pulled back, and then pushed up, right? Let me redo that. Hold on. Because what I want to do first is make sure I see my breaks of structure, because that's what you want to look for. You see how price broke the structure right here? So every time you get a break of structure or a break of a high, you want to mark that up as your swing. And then price came and broke this high right here. Okay. So it goes from here to here to here, pull back. So next one is here. We got to pull back. Next one is here. We got to pull back. And the next one is here. So once I saw that this shifted structure right here, the first thing I do is mark up my supply zone. So once you get a breakup market structure shift or a breakup structure, like this was a breakup structure here, you mark up your demand zone because you're going bullish. Okay. Once you get this breakup structure, mark up your demand zone, price came to it. Once you get this breakup structure, you mark up your demand zone, price didn't pull back to it. You got this breakup structure, you mark up your demand zone. Once you broke here, price pulled back to it, pushed up. Okay. Um, so every time you get a break of structure, you mark up your supply or demand. So as soon as this shifted here, I could mark up my zone here. Price came back to it. It probably would have stopped us out depending on how many pips that was. How many pips was that? That is 173 pips. Of course, we would have looked at it. We wouldn't have been looking to mark to do it from the daily, because we're going to go down in time frame to narrow the zone down. But we'll get there. I'm just showing you the same concept we're doing on the daily. You do the same thing on lower time frames, whether it's the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. Okay. So price came and pushed down. So now price, once we got this shift, we now have this swing low and this swing high. So that's already marked. So I don't need to mark that again. Okay. And then this swing low. All right. So you either going to sell from up here or you're going to buy from. So you want to buy low or sell high. So if price, and I'm going to play it out. If this shift is going to be respected, that means that price is probably going to break through here. So if price came here, here, and shifted structure, it pulled back, it is more likely that price is going to break below this swing low. Once that happens, what happens? You get a pullback. Once you get a break of a swing low or high, you're going to get a pullback somewhere to then start selling again. And then once that breaks this low, you're going to get some kind of pullback. And they're not all going to be 78 or 88%. Some might be 50%, some might be 618, some might be 78, some might be 88. So you have to wait for price to show you what it wants to do. So I'm going to hit play. Okay, so this is where we are. This is where we are with the current move. Okay, so we are technically in between this high and in between this low. So either price is going to pull up here and shift structure. And let's go down to the 4-hour. And I'm going to remove this so we can see. So price is either pushing back up to somewhere in this zone. There's a whole supply zone here. I don't trade imbalances, but that's something that Todd trades. So I won't even try to explain that because I just don't trade them. But all I see for me is that there is this supply zone right here. That's what I see. So either price is going to come here and then start selling some more. So and that's just how I see it, right? So now the move up, you're looking at the structure. We have price here, price came here, um, price pushed up, price came back down without closing below this low, and then price pushed up. So we're still looking at price buying to the upside until it gets into this zone somewhere, and then you'll look for a shift to then pull back and then take it back down to this low. And I know it's hard to see right now, or not this low, but this low, because this is the swing low we're in, right? We're in between this high and this low. So I know it's hard to see right now when prices, well, price is moving, but it's not, you can't really see. You need to see it once price gets into this zone. Somewhere up in here. So with that being said, let me set an alert here. Add alert. Depending on when this alert goes off, maybe I'll hop on another Zoom so we can look at it. Or maybe once I see the move happen. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I'm trying to think. Yeah. So once this alert goes off, I'll definitely hop on to see what the market is looking like. So again, once you get to the next pair, same thing. You go to a higher time frame, whatever is going to show you the bigger picture. You see there's more over here I can't see, so let me go to the weekly. So now I can see the full picture. Identify the structure. Price came here, pulled up here. Price broke this low here. So this came all the way down here and then pulled back. And then price broke structure here and then pulled back. And then price broke structure here. So this is my swing high. And this is my swing low. So with that being said, swing high, swing low. Okay, now who can identify the structure going up into um and when I say the structure, I mean from here up to here. Who can identify the structure or mark it up on my chart from this low, this swing low going up to this swing high? Going once, going twice.
I am not confident in my answer, or else
Go
I
ahead,
will volunteer.
try it. Try it. Mark it up.
I don't. Okay, so is it the pencil on my screen?
Yep,
Is that what it is?
yep.
Okay. Um, so here, it ain't doing that. Wait, uh, everything.
So start from down here.
Okay, so that was the one up
Price came
here,
from down there. Okay.
and
That'll
then it
work.
came back down,
Uh-huh. And then
and
where
then
did
we
it
went back
go?
up.
Yep.
I overshot it. Sorry, my finger. And then we came back down, but we didn't.
Didn't break the low.
It
Mm-hmm.
didn't break the low, so it went back up.
That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I don't know what you was nervous about. So,
Because I thought you were gonna ask me to mark up supply and demand. Yeah.
oh no,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
Nope.
I
Okay.
wasn't gonna hit you with that yet. So yes, that was a perfect move. Now I probably would have marked up here, and then we had a pullback, and then we up here, and then we had this pullback, and then we came here, and then we had this pullback, and now we here, right? So now we are in the middle of a pullback, right? So looking at the current move, let me take this off, take this off. So within this leg right here, here is the structure. Price went up, pull back, 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 went up. Then price did what?
Oh, structure.
It shifted structure, right? So once you get a shift in structure, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this here. Once you get a shift in structure, you can go down and start looking for um, your what? What would you look for? Once you get a break of structure or a shift, you immediately go mark up your what? You said
I
it
can go and
earlier.
swing.
You said it
I can go
earlier.
and swing high or supply.
Uh-huh. You
Okay.
immediately go mark up your supply zone. So as soon as you get a break or shift, you go mark up your supply zone. Now, I'm saying to you, until you learn trading the trend, right? Try not to do the counter trend. But these are a lot of days. From here back up to here, it's a lot of days. Matter of fact, it was how many days? Let me just go from here to here. Was 48 days. So I'm never going to say you need to wait 48 days to make your next trade, right? But if you wanted to, you could, and you would have made up for everything that you sat and waited for from this point to this low, which would have been 565 pips. And that was all in, that was another 42 days, 43 days. So I'm not going to say don't counter trend. I'm just going to say that once you master the trend, the counter trend will be easy peasy, because here is the counter. Here's how the counter trend happened. Here's how I know I was going back up to this zone. This was a break of shift in structure. And then you had, let me go to the 1 hour. And then you had another shift in structure. Let me go to 15. Okay. So, oh, I thought something was calling me. Um, oops. And then you have another shift in structure. Or there's something over to the left that made this zone um, start to buy, which there it is right there. So if I look at this here, this was a demand zone. So that was a zone I would have been looking to buy from. Okay. So once price got to that zone and started shifting structure, you had this first internal structure shift right here. Okay. So then I would have been looking for price to pull back to this zone here to start buying. Now, when price didn't pull back to this zone, when price didn't pull back to here, then I would have been waiting on the next move. So let's just go down to the 1 hour, because that's usually where I sit and wait for something to happen. Okay. This pulled back. This was the high. This broke structure somewhere up in here. Okay. So once price broke structure, I just start marking up my zones, my demand zones. Okay. And then once price breaks structure, okay, then I just start marking up my zones. If price does not come back and get me, I'm okay with it. So I'm either going to get in here or I'm going to wait for price to come back and get me at some point. If it does not come back and get me, I'm okay with that, because the reason why I'm okay is because I know that I'm counter trend trading, and I know that the counter trend is going to be a headache. The counter trend is going to be a hit or miss. this would have been a headache for me. But what I know now is because it shifted, my thought process shifts to sales. So that so I probably would have caught like some day trades going back up into here, but this would have been a headache pulling back up because it is a counter trend trade. Once it shifts, now you look for sales. This once you're trading in a direction of the trend, it's a much easier trade to make. So what I mean by that is price push down, price pull back, price push down, price pulled back into this supply zone, right? So that would have been one trade you got. Once price broke structure right here, the next supply zone would have been right here. So once price broke this structure, you mark up your supply zone, it pulled back and sold. Okay. Now you had this break of structure. Once price broke structure here, you mark up your next supply zone, which is right here. Okay. Price is currently in that zone. This is why I'm looking for a shift in structure from this zone. If it does not give me a shift in structure, I'm just going to sit on my hands until price shows me what it wants to do. Because if we look at the structure, this is it right here. Price came here, price pulled back, and price came up here. Nothing closed, it wicked it. Nothing closed above it. This didn't close above it. So now I just need to wait for price to show me what it wants to do. If it's going to continue buying, it is going to close above this high here, right? And then the structure will now be here. So then this would move up to be the next swing low. This will be the swing high. This will be the break of structure. So I am sitting on my hands waiting for price to show me what it wants to do. Until then, I'm sitting on my hands. So if price comes and breaks this low, then I know that this was my right zone. And then I'm going to be looking to sell. If price breaks this low, then I'm looking for the pullback to sell back down to these lows. And then now at that point, we have push here, a lower high, push down, a lower high, lower low, a lower high, a lower low. And I'm really looking for price to pull back into, I think on the daily, it was this zone here, right? But then when I narrow it down, I'm looking for price to sell down into this low. And then once it sells down into this low, then I'm looking for price to start pushing back up to the top side. So this is a move, and then this is a major move. And then I would look for it to push back up to this high. And I hope everybody's account is ready when this happens. There are a few pair. GU is the one that I said I'm going to get my six-figure trade. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I take that back. Take that. Oh, no, that's right. That's right. That's right. But yeah, this is one of the trades that I'm planning my six-figure trade if it doesn't happen sooner than that. But this is how I'm looking at. I'm looking at this as the pullback. And I'm gonna maybe remove that. Just how far it's going to pull back, we don't know. I just know that I am in this leg of structure. This was this break of structure, higher time frame, because price pulled back, didn't break below this low, and then this. So I'm in this leg of structure. So I'm looking for price to pull back somewhere between here, 50%, 618, 78, 88. Y'all already know. I want it to come back to the 78, 88. That's where I would love for it to come back to. This would be the trade that I would love to take back up to this high. That's 1,300 pips. Now, if price comes down to the zone and you see some impulsive, like extremely impulsive moves, then price may be breaking this low, and then we'll buy it back up to then sell. But as of right now, we're in this bullish structure. We're looking for price to pull back to, because remember, as soon as this price broke, you mark up your supply zone. So somewhere up in here, and I can't see it, but I can just see that there was a impulsive move. There's some candles right here. So I would think that price would pull back and then push back up to this zone. That would be the move that I would like to see. Does everybody get that structure? Because that's the most important thing. Any questions on structure? The minute this breaks this internal swing, we'll get in this pullback and we'll take it down to this low. Take it down to this low right here. That's about 385 pips. Any questions on structure, market structure? Any questions on identifying the higher time frame structure so you can know where you're going later on the lower time frame? Any questions on anything we talked about or I didn't talk about today? If not,
Hey Kim, I know in your notes you said you were going to do some step by steps. Are you going to cover how to define supply and demand? I think I'm struggling with that just a little bit.
okay. I can do that. How to identify why. Okay. Yep, I can do something like that. I can do that. And really, it's just the last up or down candle before the break of structure or shift in structure. The break or shift, which is the same thing.
Okay, so I get a little confused where you at the top where you draw your, I don't know, I think that's red, your red banner.
It's
When
right
you
here.
make those, when you draw the, yeah, when you draw those, sometimes I struggle to see where you got that from or how you defined it.
So if the break was here, so your supply and demand zones are going to be wherever your swing lows and swing highs are. So once price shifted here, this was a swing high, this was the swing low, right? So once it broke to the downside, I immediately mark up my supply zone because now I'm looking to go bearish. So this was the last up candle before this down move. Let's just say, so let's look at it this way. Like this was the break of structure to the upside, right? And this was the last down candle. You can use this one or this one. I like to use whatever is closest to the swing. This was the last down candle before this up move. So this would have been my zone. I would have looked for price to come and keep buying. But instead, price pushed up from there and then close came and closed below the zone. So once this closed below this swing low, that invalidated my buy that I thought was going to happen. So now I shift my thought. So once price closed below, because this at one point was a swing low, right? This was at one point the swing low. Once price closed below there, I'm no longer looking for buys. When this pushed up, this was my zone. Once price the zone was violated, closed below, now I'm shifting my thought process to sales. So I immediately mark up my supply zone and you can either set a limit or not and then take your TP to that last swing low, which price came in and it left it never came back. And now that this break happened, my next supply zone is okay. Let me before I put that. So once this break happened, price pulled back into this supply zone and then broke structure again, broke this low. So now, once I break this low, I can mark up my new supply zone. Okay. So this pushing up could go all the way up to here. That's why I say it, within this leg right here, you have this structure. Here, 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 here. It pulled back, broke, pulled back, broke. This is either going to pull back to break or it's going to pull back to keep buying up to here and then break and then shift. So, and that's how these are the internals of this leg to the downside. So either price is going to show me what it's going to do here, or um, price is going to show me what it's going to do. So that is why I'm going to wait. This is the last break that makes this the swing high, and currently the swing. Oops. This is currently the swing low. So you either want price to come back up to here, once price came back into this zone and started selling, started breaking structure, right? It came and broke structure. These are considered the day trades or the intraday trades. Let me say that because I'm on the daily. So once you got this structure here, so once price came here and didn't pull back to here, it pulled back to here and then broke structure. So now you have a new supply zone. Price pulled back into that supply zone. Price broke this structure here. Once it breaks this low, then you have a new supply zone right here. Price broke, pulled back. What did it do? It broke again. So now that it has broken this low, now you have a new supply zone. Price is currently in that zone right now. Price is currently in that zone, but has not shown exactly what it wants to do, other than push up, pull back, push up, pull back, and push up. Okay. So now we have to wait for price. And if I go to the 1 hour, the structure will be a little, well, not that much different, but this is the current structure. I go to the 4 hours so we can see. This is the current structure here. So price is either going to break above this high or break below this low. I just need it to show me what it wants to do.
Okay, but for the low, you went according to that red candle's wick. So why didn't you go according to that green candle's wick at the high? Because it did go above it.
It hasn't closed above. It just wicked it.
Okay.
That's why I say look for a closed candle. The closed candle it tells the story. The closed candle tells us that it might just is more than likely going to keep going up. So once this high became the high of this move, until price breaks above. So let's just say price came, let's just say in the next few hours, price closed above here. So now my new structure is from this high to this low to wherever this candle, however far this goes up past this break, past this high right here. Okay, so then once that happens, then you mark up your next demand zone. I would mark up that demand zone. So then I would be looking for price to pull back and keep buying. And if it's going to buy up to this zone, because remember on the higher time frame, price broke here. This was the swing high. This was the swing low. So price could come back into this zone and then start selling some more. As long as price, and I'm going to fib this move down, as long as price, so when price pulled back right here, right, it is in one of the optimal trading zones. Remember, price when price pulls back, you can trade it anywhere from the 50%, 618, 78, or the 88. So this is the zone that you want price to pull back into before you start looking for the sell, the next sell. If it never pulls back and it breaks this high, then we're buying even higher. That means this pullback is finally over. Price broke this high. So we would then look for a pullback to start buying even more. But I do believe we're going to get a deeper pullback into at least to this negative 27. So this next move, I would look for price. Let's just say it came up here. If it came up here, this is my swing high. I would be looking for price. Normally, I take it to the low, right? That's 582 pips. That's more than enough. You can take it to the low. Or if you want to hold on to it a little more, I would then take it to the negative 27. That's 778 pips. So price is currently in a premium zone. We just need to see when the shift is going to happen. Once the shift happens, then we know it's go time for the sell. But right now, we're still in bullish structure to the upside. So we don't know if this current bearish structure, internal structure, is going to be respected or not. So I'm just going down to narrow it down. I'll put this up at the top here. I'm going to put this at the bottom of this candle here. So now I just have to wait and see what's going to happen. And let me delete that so I don't confuse myself. So yes. And then I'm just going to mark up this swing high so I'll know where I am. Oops. Swing high. And this was our swing low. So now I just wait. But I know that if price breaks through, then this is the next zone that I'm looking to sell from based off of higher time frame here, here, and here. These are all internal moves on the lower time. These are mostly intraday trades. This move here from here to back down to here is a swing trade. All right.
I have a question, but it's not it's about the account. So the trading view
Mm-hmm.
and then the Oanda account.
Okay.
So I don't have either one yet, but I am going to get my Oanda account. Is it possible that I could wait for TradingView until after Christmas?
Yeah. You just won't be
Okay,
able to, you just won't be able to connect it to TradingView. You won't be able to connect your Oanda to TradingView, but you can
right.
trade from the Oanda platform the
Okay.
same kind of way.
I'm only asking because I just started working again
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Hold on,
trying to
hold on a second. Hold on just a second. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. That was my niece who never calls me. Okay. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is
thought
going
something was happening.
on?
That's
Look,
okay.
it's around Christmas time, child. That's probably why she calling me. I know these kids. So you'll still be able to trade on the Oanda platform.
Okay.
But you can, if you have the free version of TradingView, um, we're always going to mark it up on TradingView. Then you just have
Right.
to go and input the entries, the stop loss, and the take profit on the Oanda platform versus straight from TradingView.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as soon as I actually have a paid version of TradingView, I'll be able to connect
Yes.
that to Oanda.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I plan to get it. I'm trying to maneuver some things.
Look, hey, you do what you got to do now. Trust me, it because you're still going to be able to trade. So don't stress out about getting the trading view.
Okay.
Like I said,
And you said I can start and a brokerage account with any amount.
you can put $25 in there if you want to.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna do that low, but like you could do 100, 200, or 300.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
No, seriously. On my cousin, so I have another group, which is all my family. My cousin put $25 in her account and she made $5 the other day. She was excited that she made that $5. And I was excited for her.
Well, that's good. I mean, sometimes I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has different situations, but I can understand, why sometimes some people can't start off as high. And that, like I told you before, that's what kind of kept me from getting into trading because most of the people either I had come into contact with were
Mhm.
always saying you needed so much money. And I'm like that's not, and then they wanted you to pay them on top of that. So I'm
Oh,
like, no.
no. So yeah, you can start out with any amount. The only thing with Oanda, you can't trade gold, you can't trade the indices.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I told Todd, I said I'm glad that we're moving towards a regulated broker, especially for people who are just starting out. Then you don't feel pressured like you see somebody in the group trying to trade gold and then you're like you have newbies saying we'll see somebody in the group trading gold or trading NASDAQ or trading the
Right.
S&P and then they're trying to trade it when they don't really understand what they're doing and then they might lose their money.
No, I don't need no. I rather, like I told you, I'd rather start off just, like slow.
Yeah. And I appreciate that with the regulated brokers. That's what I appreciate the most.
I'm trying to learn, and then as
Mm-hmm.
I learn and start to make some profits, even if they're small at first, I
Mm-hmm.
just rather do that than to go out there all bullish and
I'm telling you, I hate seeing when people that know how to trade, I hate seeing them start out with, trying to trade $50,000 in one trade or trying to, like start out small.
I know what you mean.
Start
I was
small.
watching a whole bunch of videos on people that trade traders,
Mhm.
and some of them I'm like, why are they doing? I mean, you could do whatever you want to do
Yeah.
because it depends on your risk tolerance. And see, I work in cybersecurity risk, so for me, it's like I'm like, yeah, y'all can go out there and do all that if y'all want to, but I don't think even if I had X amount of dollars, I don't think I would be doing anything. Like I see some of these people, like what you're saying, $50,000 trade, all this. I'm like,
But the one thing I don't see them doing, and that is why I stress it the most, okay? I don't see them saying, set your stop loss first.
they don't.
Set what you think you are willing to lose, what you're okay
Right,
that you're willing to lose. Set that before you put that trade in. That's the first thing you set. And then once you set that, then you can determine where you want your take profit to go. Whether you
right.
want it to go here to the zero, or whether you want it to go just to and everybody has a tolerance and they will most of you all will learn like, okay, here's a demand zone. Let me just take it there, you know? Or you might have a bill that's due and you're like, oh Lord, I don't have time to wait for it to go all the way down here. Take it to wherever it's gonna help you pay that bill. Okay? If you got a $300 bill, maybe you can get $500. You want to set it to get your $300 and then you take your $300, you pay your bill, and then you wait till the next move.
Right.
So you don't have to, I know I say, set your TPs here or set your whatever. The most important thing is that stop loss. You do not want to sit and lose all of your money. So, and that's what I wish other people would do.
I think I may have heard one or two videos where traders were talking about the stop loss. But most of the time, what I heard a lot, and this is why I had asked that question about do you oh, what's the companies that you can use or you could do
Broker, I
the
mean
challenges.
the prop firms.
Yes, prop firms.
Mhm.
And that's why I was asking that question because I'm like, all of them seem to be so into that. And then a lot of them were trying to do either day trading type activities or what's the other trade?
Intraday or scalping.
Scalping. Yeah, I couldn't think. Or
Mhm.
scalping. And I mean, that's cool. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do, but I was just like, and they
So,
were those profit. I'm like, man, it wasn't appealing to me, especially when I kept hearing about the prop firms. I'm like, it's too many hoops you have to jump through with them. I would be annoyed.
and if you are a beginner trader, the prop firm, I don't care what they say, the prop firm is not for you. Now, I will say this. Once you master learning how to trade, like right now, I would probably go kill a prop firm right now. I would probably kill it with a prop firm
Oh yeah, because now you know what you're doing.
because now I know what I'm doing. And but my thing is now that I know what I'm doing, like why do I want to split my money with a prop firm? Like,
Right.
that just don't make no sense to me. But Yeah.
And that's what I was surprised because some of these people are like supposed to be top traders. I'm like, why are they even fooling with prop firms? Like they already have some kind of money. Like I would even fool with them.
Because some people are probably not who they say they are.
Well, yeah, maybe.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. And I can say a lot about that. Okay. So with that being said, I'm not you'll be okay with not having trading view.
Okay.
Like I said, you'll just have to go into um hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Oh, and
I mean, I'll have trading view account by, of course, by the new year, but
no,
I just wanted to go ahead and get the other thing and I wanted to wait because it's a
so
lot of things vying for my funds right now.
I understand. I understand. So let me just show you here. So on the trading view, right? And I must be in demo. I'm on the demo account. Um, so on the trading view, once you're on the hub, like when you log in, right? Once you want to trade based off of um based off of what we mark up on trading view, you just come to Oanda, you click on this little thing right here, you toggle from hub to trade, you find the pair, you pull up the pair that we're trading, and then you just put in the same numbers. You just look for the what we're entering. Let's just say price was come up here. You just hit here, sell, same way. You put in your price, you put in your take profit, you put in your stop loss, you put everything right here from the Oanda trading platform. I was supposed to look up something the last time. That just reminded me I forgot what I was supposed to look up for, but I'll figure it out. So yeah.
Okay.
So even if let's just say price coming is coming up here. It's the last up candle and then it might sell, right? I'm still going to wait for it to sell past these lows. What time frame am I on? Let me go to the 15. So let's just say price. This is GA. And this is the only reason why I don't like trading from the hub because I don't know how to maneuver it like I do the trading view. But I'll learn it. I'll figure it out. I'll go to
I'm
YouTube.
still mad I missed that sale. I by the time I saw that message, I was like, no.
Which one on GA? On
No, for the sale that they had, the cyber sale for
Black
oh,
trade.
the
Friday.
cyber sale. Oh yeah, trading view sale. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw it like a day or two later. I'm like, how did I miss this? Like, oh,
Yeah, they and my cousin just told me today that he said what did he tell me? He was able to get the whole year for $120. So I don't know, something must have either popped up on his screen or he got something in his email or something. Um,
You're gonna have to text cousin and ask cousin
I know.
for the other cousins.
Okay. um, let's see.
I'm hoping. I know you said they usually only have one sale, but I don't know where I
I've,
read this,
I've
but
only
they said they may have something for like the Christmas New Year time frame
and they
too.
might. I think I never really looked because I think because I already have an account, they don't send it to me. Um, because remember when I logged on, I couldn't see the free, um, I couldn't see the free, no credit card required.
Right.
As soon as I logged off, I could see it. So Um, let me go into
Do they give you all affiliate links? Do you have an affiliate link?
no, no, I don't think they do. Let me go trading view. Let me look. I don't know. I've never even thought to look. Hold on. Let me go come back to Zoom share. Okay, let's see. Oh, man, I could have had $30. Sorry.
You
Could
better drop that link in the Discord and
have had $30. Let's see. Get $15 or oh, wait a minute. My balance is wait a minute, huh? My balance is $30?
you've earned 30. So two people you've referred to
Oh
friends.
my God. And I had no idea. I had no idea. You and your friend who has never had Trading View. So if you don't have Trading View, previously each received $15 towards the purchase of any subscription.
Oh, I wonder if you can use that in conjunction with a sale that they have, though. Hmm.
That's a good question. So it says 7 people signed up for free accounts. 2 people upgraded to paid plan. Why I had no idea. When I say none, I mean none. So if you want $15 off,
Drop your link in the
let me
group.
let me know when you're ready, and then I'll send you the link. So you can at least get $15 off. You heard me, Yasmin?
Yeah, yes, I heard you.
Okay, okay. Yep. Who knew? So that's what I'm waiting for GU. Um, I'm gonna do a separate video on these step by steps. How to identify supply and demand, how to set up your trades, um, setting up your tools. I think I've already dropped a video about setting up tools. I'll see if I can find that one. Or maybe just do another one. I need to better mark the videos or name or give the videos a description. Um, and connecting the broker to Trading View. So I'll try to make some short videos so they're not too long. All right, that's all I have. Y'all have any other questions?
No.
Okay,
Appreciate your time. I'm gonna get this trading account tonight.
Mhm. Thank you, Kim. Go ahead and put the link in the group so we can
okay.
use it.
Okay. All right, I'll drop it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
You too.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.